All right, it's time for a sunset walk, and today I'm so lucky my good friend April Blade
Hello.
Smith,
Nope, it's still April Blade.
it's still April Blade, has a moment in her schedule. My goodness, she's a busy woman.
Yeah.
And we decided to come down to the Provo River Delta into the lake and catch a little last glowing sun. And April texted me yesterday and said, well, what do you want to talk about? And I went, there's nothing to plan. Any talk with April is a good talk.
Well, thank you, Chris.
On the drive over, my daughter, who's with us, asked, how do you know April? And I started telling her the story of kind of how things happened, because April's from the town over from mine, growing up there. And it was at a time of in American life where people were kind of free and optimistic, and gas was 95 cents a gallon, even in California.
Yep.
All you had to do is have a basic job and could go and visit friends. Like where we're from, it's very common to know people from the towns around you. Whereas where we live now, not a lot of people know people from the towns around them as much.
Well, you kind of stick to your neighborhood now.
Yeah.
But back in the day, and in California, to get anywhere,
You drive.
you drive. And you drive for a very long time.
Mm-hmm.
And we were lucky enough to have a mutual friend. We met one evening and somehow just decided we were each other's people, and we were like, yep, that's the one.
There's just total vibe.
Yeah.
So the mutual friend, and we're going to send this to you as soon as we've got it posted, Mike. My recollection, you could correct me if I'm wrong, Mike, but is I had just gotten back from a bicycle trip where I had been with a group of people biking from, we had biked from the Golden Gate Bridge down to my hometown in San Diego County. And I was very proud of how big my thighs were. And I was doing a musical production of Grease where I wasn't able to be there at most of the rehearsals. And so they decided to give me the role of Teen Angel, which was amazing.
Ooh, you're in one scene.
Right. You get to be a show stealer kind of for a minute. But there was a group of kids that I didn't know. I knew a bunch of young actors and actresses from down in the San Diego area, but from up in the Riverside area, I hadn't met any yet. And they had been rehearsing for a few weeks, and everybody knew each other and they were joking. And I come in, and Mike told me, he was a little bothered by this new guy who came in and everybody treated like I was something special, right? And I was going around being stupid going, oh, you should see my thighs. They're so amazing. Check out these quadriceps. And I'm flexing. This is really embarrassing. Why am I telling this story?
It's a good one.
And like Mike came over, he goes, let me see these quads. Who's this guy? But I'm not shy. So, I threw it out there like these 2-week biking thighs from Golden Gate Bridge down to San Diego. Those are the thighs you want to see? Of course he did, And he goes, that's nothing. I didn't even bike and check these out. And gosh darn it, the boy had as big a thighs as I did.
And he had no problem showing them off.
No, he didn't. Not at all. This is a weird way to make a really, really good friend. And so Mike and I started hanging out. Like his humor was exactly my humor. And then he was like, come up and hang out with us up in our town. And that's when we got to meet each other. And suddenly I had this like Temecula, Marietta group of friends as well. But one of the, this is a very wispy set of clouds.
Know,
and like,
so
not
pretty.
wispy, but what's the word for this? It's like booming, flowing. It's very nice.
I don't hate it.
Well, this being just a story of meeting friends and making friends, because I don't know, one of the questions I get a lot, or one of the comments I hear a lot is, it's hard to make friends. How do you make friends? And as adults, it's a little bit different, right? We don't make friends the same way, except you are kind of still in circles that quickly make friends. You just did it tonight. We were hanging out.
Guilty as charged. I'm really sorry to change the subject. I really want to stop and like skip rocks, and I can't remember where
Is there
the
a good
spot
rock
is.
skipping spot? Did we pass?
We may have, but let's keep walking anyway.
Okay.
I think sometimes when we get older, we fall into our, typical just everyday habits of what we are comfortable with and what we're doing. And sometimes we forget that there are people around us who live lives. So tonight we just met this really cute couple who was walking around with binoculars.
Right, just coming into the park.
And it was just so sweet. So I just said, "Are you birding?" And then they just went on to tell us that they were about to leave on a safari, and that where they were going to the Serengeti, and that they were testing out their gear.
They were dressed in the full safari gear and everything.
That was really cute.
It was cute.
And the reason I asked about birding is because this location is actually really known for seeing owls and bald eagles and some really unique birds. So I see a lot of people with big camera lenses and binoculars all the time.
But what was funny, as April brought that up, and they said, "No, we're going on safari." April went, "I've been on safari," which April is one of the things I love about April and kind of that group of friends is always just, "Sure, let's go do that." And you were doing humanitarian work in Africa?
Yeah, in Uganda.
And there was no plan. I love how they were like, "Did you do the whole plan and the shots and everything?" You're like, "No, we were just in Uganda, and one weekend we said, let's go on a safari." Of course.
Yeah, there was another weekend we decided to go to Rowanda, which at the time was actually pretty dangerous. And we went, and it was during it was called the Memorial Week of the Genocide.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was really unique. But we were there and we did some tours. We were robbed a couple of times, but we met this, yeah, it was not great, but we met this really amazing man.
She always tells her stories, regardless of if they have like danger or tragedy in them. She laughs and then goes, "Yeah, it was not great." Anyway.
One of my favorite memories from Rwanda though was we got there, we took a bus, it was me and 3 other people. So it was me and 2 boys and 1 other girl. And we kind of left our big group of 20 people to go on a weekend little adventure. So we get to Rwanda. The bus just kind of drops us off in the town square. We had no idea where we were going to stay. We didn't know anybody. We just knew we wanted to be there. So we stop into this little market, grocery store type thing, and we meet this man from India who had moved there with his family. And he offered us his home.
No way.
It was very, very cool. And so we get to his home. He brings us a ton of food from his restaurant. And he teaches us how to lock all the doors because you lock them from the inside and the outside. And then we hadn't had a real warm shower in a month. And so we were all just so excited to shower. And then we could not get out of his house. So
couldn't, like, because of the locks?
Yes, and we thought for like at least 20 to 30 minutes that we were being kidnapped.
Oh my gosh.
So that was one of the scary moments in Uganda, but it turned out he was just a really nice man who didn't teach us properly how to unlock his house.
Okay.
But he drove us around a lot. He told us about some of the crazy things that happened during the genocide.
Oh, wow.
Took us to some of the museums and the actual hotel where a lot of the people were saved.
The Hotel Rwanda hotel one?
Yeah, exactly. So really unique experience.
Like, your whole family's this way too. I remember every time I'd run into Nate, there'd be, "Nate, what have you been up to?" "Oh, I just went to Alaska for a while." "Nate, what have you been up to?" "Oh, I got arrested for protesting at this place." Just there's always like a thing. And Emily's got her stuff out in in Hawaii, and just she's a globetrotter as well.
Yep,
It's
true. The Blades are a fun bunch.
a trotting family. This is perfect for skipping stones.
I know, and I have a bag full of stones. What?
Is that because ye are without sin, and so you can cast the first
I
one?
cast all the stones. No, me and my boys, whenever I have 3 children and they're boys, and so we have a bucket in our front yard, and whenever we go someplace we collect skipping stones.
Really?
Yeah, just in case we get to a place that it would be really fun.
Well, let's see if I can skip this.
Beautiful.
One. Right? Now, if we'd have gotten here a little bit earlier, we would have had the actual sun going down. But I really like kind of the golden hour right after it goes down, the way it just lights up the clouds if you got any cloud cover.
Yeah, and then that'll kind of limit us. We'll talk until it's too dark, and then we'll be done. Ooh, good one.
Got a couple skips.
I'm really bad at skipping.
Do you want me to hold some of those?
Sure. But then you can't.
They'll throw off your balance.
All right, ready?
Yeah. You go. Nice.
Thank you.
All right.
Pick your weapon.
Holly, would you like to skip any stones? Oh, that was a clunker plunker.
Gotta get lower.
It's true. I'm trying to hold the camera and skip at the same
Do you want
time.
me to hold it while you skip?
No, I gotta learn how to hold and skip at the same time.
All right, I'll put the pile here. I have more.
Oh my gosh.
Did you just clunk again?
It has been a minute since I've skipped a stone.
That is funny.
That's
I got some
3
good ones.
clunks.
Got some good ones.
You clunked?
All right, it just takes a few to get used to.
Yeah, it does. I'm trying too hard. That's what I'm doing.
And you gotta get lower.
Okay. Low angle. Double. Okay.
That was a triple. 1, 2, 3.
Okay. Let's see.
Ooh, see,
there
that
we
was
go.
4. Good job, Chris. Oh,
Way down and sideways
that's a good
through.
one. I believe in you.
Sorry, camera work is really bad
Let me
when I'm
hold it.
throwing.
Let me hold it.
You want to throw it? Okay. There you go. That's an idea. Let's see. All right. Whew. It was a 2, but it was like a big one.
That was really nice. Ooh, that was a good one.
You never skipped a stone, have you, Holly? This is a first? Okay.
Oh, this is a childhood memory you should never forget. Skipping stones.
You want to go again?
This is like... Whoops. Yeah, that was terrible. Too far.
Oh, wow.
That would have gone really good, though. Get a little lower and start sooner.
Wow, why are they going straight in?
Maybe I'd be better.
That's true. You get your clunky stone skipping from me, for sure.
Ooh, oh, that was like a good slide. Okay, guys, this is how to live in the 90s. Oh my
There we
gosh,
go. There
that
we
was
go.
a good one. All right, I bonked my microphone, sorry.
It's all right. I don't think people are expecting high quality film from us yet. We just go out and talk and do stuff.
It's perfect. I love it. My kids, when we come out here to do this, I mean, Eli did like 15 ones. It was,
How?
I have no clue.
Whoa.
The water was less windy, so. They're right here. You lost the pile.
I want to find like a really big one though, just to challenge and see what I can do. Big clunk.
Oh, that was a good one. I caught that one. Thank you.
All right, let's see what I can do with this guy.
Oh, yeah, right. Like that's gonna skip.
Oh, I want it.
Oh, dang, that didn't skip at all. Okay.
Here's like the perfect skipping sound, and it's got some weight.
You sure you don't want it?
I mean, yeah. It's all you, Chris.
Okay.
No.
It's our friendship.
Do you want it, Holly? It's a friendship stone.
Friendship stone.
Holly, do you want it?
Oh, you gave away our friendship.
Clearly it has meaning. I must throw this stone. Sorry. This all got really awkward really fast.
Really, really awesome. One. Oh.
No!
It's sunk.
It sunk very quickly.
It's sunk. That can represent the few years where we weren't in touch because of life circumstances.
That's true.
Boom. All right, what does this stone represent?
We'll know after the throw.
The distance. Oh, I tried so hard. Oh my god.
I hope that didn't represent anything
Me too.
The distance wasn't important.
Distance.
Okay. Let me see here.
Oh, did you see that? That was like 7.
That was holy crap.
Of course, when Chris wasn't looking. Oh, I love it. So, Chris, why is it important to stop and take time for stuff like this? Like, why are you talking during sunrise and sunset, and why is that important to you?
Well, I told this story early on, but I don't expect everybody to see all the videos, obviously. But a couple months ago, life got really busy and stressful, and some of my work assignments in particular were like eating up my day and stressing me out and my team. And one morning, I decided to go get some caffeinated beverage from the gas station. I'd already been up since like 4:30 and had crunched out about 3 hours of work and was thirsty. And so I walked out and I just caught the sun and went, I don't want to go back. Kind of like a cat, you know? We got a pro over there, don't we?
Yeah, he's really good.
Wow. Well, when I just stopped to relax, I said to myself, I want to wake up this way every day and start my morning the way I want to start and make sure I get out and get some nature and some sun. And it changed the way the rest of the stress of the day went, because no matter what else happened, I had already done something for me.
That's really cool.
It was. And the more I was doing it, and I was sharing some of my pictures and videos with some other people, I'm like, this is what I'm doing in the experience. And other people started saying, I want to try that, or I want to work on that, or those pictures are whatever. And so then I thought, as things calmed down, I went, why not share with other people? It's easy to say, let's go to a movie, let's go to dinner, things like that. Sometimes that's a little bit more time consuming, but as I thought about all the people that I don't get to connect with as much, I thought sunrises and sunsets might be a way to connect with people more at those times. And so far, it has been. Had a few friends come out, but more than that, just building my own consistency. We live in a world where there's a lot of loneliness. We live in a world where, a society where there's a lot of fast pace and stress, living on other people's schedules. And more than anything, the reason and message behind this is, yes, Holly, great clunk.
Amazing.
The message behind this, or the reason behind this, is connection and nature and setting your own rhythms a little bit more. And getting back some of that control.
I love that. I have noticed I have a pretty high demand job, and I don't sleep well because I'm in my 40s and just life and stuff. And I usually sleep as long as I possibly can in the morning until it's time for work. And so I'm waking up, I'm getting dressed, I'm brushing my teeth, and I'm sitting at the computer. And it has been really hard on my days, starting out that way. And even today, I sat down at the end of work and I was just like, I am exhausted, I'm stressed, and I can't get that anxiety feeling out of my chest. And it's taken till about 20 minutes ago for that to finally go away.
Is that consistent for you?
Yeah, it's consistent for me.
Wow.
And Darren is always saying, Darren's my husband, he's always saying, you got to get up early and do things for yourself. But because I'm so stressed, I'm not sleeping well. And so I value that time that I can just rejuvenate my body. But this is also rejuvenating, being out in nature, being with a friend.
For me, when the minute I see you, flood of memories and energy come back every time. And I immediately smile. I don't think I've ever seen you and not smiled immediately.
Thanks.
Like, it's April. it's going to be fun. Like my expectation of whatever's going to happen next is just fun.
That it has been our how we've really done everything. We get together and it's fun, even if it's been 10 years, which it hasn't usually. But
Okay, I was going to tell this story because it's you, and I told some of it in another video. When I got home from Venezuela after spending 2 years doing some religious service down there, I, like, out of high school, I wasn't ready to go to college really. And when I was coming home, there was kind of this feeling of what's next in life. And my cousin reached out to me and said, "What do you do next?" I said, "I don't know." And she said, come up to, Utah and come to school up here. And I was like, "Yeah, you go to a like actual smart school and I can't get in." And she went, "No, in the spring and summer, you don't have to show your SAT or ACT scores. You don't have to have a high GPA. They let anybody in." So she started getting me to believe I could come up. And the first call I made after she convinced me that I could come and go to school up here was April. And I said, "April, I'm coming up," because you already lived up here.
yeah.
And I was like, "Where am I going to go?" And she goes, "Don't worry about it. I'll figure it out for you." So I land at the airport. We turned the wrong way on the freeway. Were we in Nevada yet by the end of it?
No, we ended up at the copper mines.
Yeah, I didn't know where I was going to live. And she was like, "My friend Evan, you're going to live with him." And so you like lined me up with Evan to share a room with him. And I didn't have a job yet. And I just went on campus and looked at their campus jobs board. And I was hired that same day. And I had a place to live. I had money, or some work. And I was in school. And I had a direction. And it was just so random. Like, my cousin says I can go there, but I don't know if I can live there. And April's like, "You can live here, trust me." And it was a lot cheaper up here than it was down there. And
Absolutely. Then, not now.
yeah, it's gotten more expensive for sure. But the the two people that created the next change in life for me were my cousin and April. It was just so fun. And I'm still surprised Evan, because Evan and I didn't even know each other. We just had mutual friends.
Yeah.
That Evan was like, "Yeah, sure, he can come room with me." Who does that?
Well, he trusted me too. So, and he was dating my cousin. So,
That's how networking works.
yeah.
A cousin, dating, friend, trust,
Yep.
stranger, solution. Okay.
Solution. Progress.
Yeah, those people are still around, right? Like that type of person. If my nieces and nephews are listening to this, or if there's people in their late teens, early 20s, kind of thinking, should I start something new? Was that just unique to our generation? Or
I hope not.
I hope not too.
I see my kids and the people that they surround themselves with, and they're good people. And I honestly believe that they would reach out and they would make an effort to help each other. And I think because there's higher expectations when they're younger, that they'll tend to lean on each other more. I feel like we were very lucky that we had the history that we did, and that we had that friendship at such a young age that we could trust each other. And we also kept in touch really well through
That's
letters, through snail mail.
I think it helped keep in touch better. There's something about a letter.
Yeah.
Different than an email or a text.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I think our humor helped us a lot, because there were a lot of really crappy situations and things that could have, we got lost on the way home from the airport. There's 2 freeways in Utah.
North and south, east and west.
And you were just so kind, and you were like, "Oh no, that's not a big deal." And
We just went west.
Didn't I drive you straight to like a family event too, like my family reunion or something? And I was like, "I'm bringing Chris," and they're like, "Okay."
And we were super late, but they were all still there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so funny. Do you want to hear a really funny story?
Yes.
Okay. So Holly and Emily are my sisters, and we were all living in this terrible basement apartment.
I remember.
And we were all completely broke. We had no money. I think there was like the three of us and then Holly's boyfriend and Emily's boyfriend. And between the five of us, we had three jobs and one car. And we just...
And you loaned it to me
so
on occasion
funny.
too.
Yeah.
I like shared your car for like a month. And one day you're like, Chris, I need that car back.
And we just barely were surviving and just living on senses of humor and movie popcorn. It was crazy.
Yes.
And we had money to like buy a watermelon. And I remember I was so excited. I called Chris and I was like, Chris, we have a watermelon. You should come over and have some. And my sister and now brother-in-law were so mad that I called and invited someone else over to eat this watermelon that while I was on my way to picking you up, they cut it up and ate the whole thing before you got there. It's still one of my favorite stories of all time. And when you walk down into the basement, you're like, hey guys, where's the watermelon? They're like, we ate it. That's what it was like living in
I hadn't
Utah.
lived the starving student life quite yet. I was still spoiled and pampered, which is weird to say. I had just come back from Venezuela. I didn't feel spoiled and pampered there at all.
And I love that story. Holly still brings it up. Remember that one time we ate the whole watermelon because Chris was coming over?
Yeah, I get it. Yeah, they know I could put away a watermelon.
Yep.
They'd have to get to it first.
I just love that we have so many stories like that.
Okay. I shared this in one of my earlier videos too. A study on popularity and likability. And one of the questions that they asked all the kids, and across grade levels, and across geographies and districts, they asked the kids, list all the people you like in the school. And they found a correlation between the longer the list of names that you put down, the more likely you appeared on more people's lists. So you were quite popular. So being likable or being popular came down to liking other people. And so they ended up following a lot of these more popular kids to kind of study them. And they saw them doing a lot of acts of micro-liking. And it made me think of kind of my grandparents, my grandmas in particular, and then some kids that nice. Some kids I grew up with. But when we talk about there's immediate friendship kind of thing, we didn't even give it that much of a chance to micro-like. But you're friends with many, many people. What do you think about that study? What do you think about micro-liking? Or people, examples in your life that you're like, yes, that's a person I want to be like?
I think it comes down to kindness. And I think kindness begets kindness, like they say, that if you're a kind person, you can sense who's genuine and who's real and who's kind. I think with age comes knowledge, and we can also kind of weed out those people sooner.
There's kind of an energy and you're attuned to it.
Yeah, and I also feel like when I was younger, I was very, very, I was awkward, but I kind of leaned into that a little bit, and I liked to be liked, but I also tried really hard to keep those people who treated me well close. I tended to what's the word? Attract people who needed a lot more and who kind of sucked energy out of me a lot. And so I suffered. I'm realizing now I suffered a lot in some friendships because I tend to give people the benefit of the doubt, and I like to surround myself by a lot of good people, but attracted those who were really needy. So in my age, I continue to be kind, and I continue to surround myself with those type of people, but I don't give my time to them as often. So I have very little free time. And I usually tend to spend it with my husband and kids because, I mean, they're my favorite people and they're funny and cute and good people.
That's true. I'd much rather spend time with your husband and kids.
They're awesome. But I have noticed when I was younger, I really did have like a huge group of friends. I loved different groups as well, like my group at church, and then my group at theater, and my group at school, and my this group and choir and this group, and I really did have a lot of like groups. And it's interesting because I have probably in all of those groups, I'm still in touch with at least 1 to 3 people in each of those groups.
Yeah.
Just because I love people's lives. I love to kind of hear about what they're doing and how they've grown and their families.
Well, that continuing to be open to sharing. Okay, here's one of those micro liking things. We could have easily drifted apart as friends with distance because we've lived in far apart places. But I get a call every year on my birthday from my family and from April. I think you're the only one outside of my family that calls me on my birthday.
I love birthdays. I think everyone should be celebrated on their birthday. I have this weird thing that I remember people's birthdays too. Although right now I'm not remembering yours.
It's all right. When it comes around, you will.
It's in August, right?
It's all right. When it comes around, you will.
Okay. Look, I think, there was like a turtle or something.
I thought I saw something
there.
surface out there too.
Yeah. Maybe it's.
We gotta come back here. This was really awesome.
It's one of my favorite places.
I think we're probably going to wrap up this video, but I'm glad you had time to come out and hang out. And you've met Holly before many years ago.
You were very small.
It's been a minute since you've seen her. And
we should mention that between the two of us, there are 6 kids. No, sorry, 9 kids. 6 of Chris's, 3 of mine.
One of yours came into the world in a dramatic fashion.
It is true.
Which kind of fits
I was
you.
very dramatic. I did have a kid on the side of the freeway in the car. My husband is labeled on the birth certificate as the person delivering the baby, but we all know the truth. I actually delivered that child by myself. He was there.
Strangely, that kid is a naturally good driver and loves the road.
He does. He's actually doing a go-kart camp this week.
No
and
way.
he's killing it. He won first place on the racing. I know his name.
That's the trick. If you want an F1 kid.
He does. He wants to be an F1. It's fine. He'll get over it.
That'll be so fun. All right. Well, I'll be encouraging to him.
Good. He needs someone because it won't be me. I keep saying, do the camp. Yeah, you'll get bored of it and you'll never want to drive an F1. He's only 13. We have got time.
Oh my gosh. Well, however these sunset sunrise videos started, they've become more and more fun for me, and a great reason to get together with people that I really like. And outside of the normal, it doesn't even require that much planning. A time, place to go, and whatever's on our mind.
And skipping stones.
Skipping stones. Well, easy for you to say. You skipped a ton of stones.
I have in my lifetime.
I'm going to have to practice a little bit before I come back out here and embarrass myself. But, who am I kidding? I loved being a clunker today.
Yeah.
I like Splash.
It describes your whole life.
Yep. No perfect 10 dives for me. More of the belly flopping. Just right in.
Perfect.
All right. Have a great night, everybody. I hope you guys are getting great sunsets and sunrises where you're at, too. Take time for yourself, for real. And find ways to connect with the people that are important to you. It does so much. Have a great night.